Joe Manganiello currently plays the role of Werewolf Alcide Herbeau in HBO's True Blood. Upon graduating from Carnegie Mellon School of Drama in 2000, he moved to Los Angeles and quickly landed the role of Eugene Flash Thompson, Peter Parker's nemesis in Spider-Man. Mr. Manganiello has appeared in over 24 film and television productions. Mr. Manganiello is active in Los Angeles with the Art of Elysium, a nonprofit organization that sets up artistic workshops between working artists in all disciplines and children who are battling serious medical conditions.
He is also active with several Pittsburgh charities, including Pittsburgh Children's Hospital and the Salvation Army. While at Mount Lebanon, Mr. Manganiello lettered in football, basketball, and volleyball, and his senior year, he played the role of Judd Fry in the high school musicals Oklahoma, and was involved with the school's TV studio as a writer, editor, and director.
Congratulations, Mr. Manganiello.
Thank you very much. Who would have known then? Yeah, I'm very grateful for this award, and thank you for having me back. And there's a lot of people I recognize in this room for a lot of different things. Coach Wenzel, me and Gary. I used to practice my post moves in basketball with Gary every summer. Probably remember some of those elbows I threw, I think. So. And then, of course, everybody at this table. Dr. Hewlick, who ran the TV studio when I was here. And that was the first time I think I really realized what I love to do. The story of how I got here really, in a nutshell, is, it's really the American dream. My dad's here. His father shoveled coal off of a coal barge. Did the jobs. Moved here as an immigrant and did the jobs here that nobody else wanted to do. And he did that to provide for my dad. And my dad, when it came time to choose what neighborhood to live in, he made that decision based upon who had the best school and who was going to give his kids the best education. So we moved to Mount Lebanon. And I was lucky to grow up here because there were so many amenities at my fingertips. And for a lot of the kids here, you may not realize it now, but once you get out of here and you go live in another neighborhood in another state, one that's as backwards as California maybe, you'll wonder what your tax money is actually going to at all. But here it goes towards the school. And I was lucky that we had a full-fledged TV studio, which in the early and mid-90s was unheard of. This was before computers and computer editing. So, our editing bays were these giant, massive pieces of equipment with cranks and knobs, and you had to run the film through it. It was really intricate. But I realized that I loved it because I could take TV class. And I would find myself waking up at 6 in the morning on weekends trying to hit the daylight with my friends so that we could shoot all day. And Judy would let us borrow the cameras. We figured out how to make homemade squibs, which we didn't tell the teachers about, but consisted of taking the tops off of cookie tins and taping them to our bodies. And we'd fill up condoms with K-Rose syrup and red food coloring. Line them up, and we'd stick firecrackers underneath and turn the camera on. Somebody would stick their hand in with the lighter and pull it back, and we'd have gunshot effects. And, one of my friends was a black belt in karate, so he would choreograph all of our fight sequences. And and then of course, I remember my father sitting me down and saying, it's a Sicilian, Joe, this is your birthright. And he turned on the TV and it was The Godfather. So, a lot of my early dialogue that I was writing consisted of, mafia dons and these mafia bosses and fighting kung fu against each other. And, I loved it. I loved it. And it was the one thing that made me wake up early in the morning. I think a lot of kids pursue theater, especially in LA. They think it's going to be easy. They think it's going to be an easy career. And, I was lucky for the discipline of the coaches here because I came from a sports mentality, and, I put that sports mentality into working in the arts. And I think it's served me very well. I think about the school constantly. I think about the things that I learned here. And so it's really great to be able to come back here. And I was hanging out with Albie Oxenreiter yesterday, and I guess he was a great alumni recipient yesterday. And he was talking to me about a conversation he had with Mark Cuban about being a great alumni recipient. So, I'm here in great company, and, congratulations to all of the other winners. one thing that I do love is kids, and in Los Angeles, I try to take time to work with kids who are battling illnesses, and the Art of Elysium is a great charity out there that we get together with kids and hold artistic workshops and try to have fun and try to take the kids' minds off of it. I just recently hosted an event for children with type 1 diabetes and kids that are suffering from brain tumors, and it's just amazing, these kids, and seeing their eyes light up and seeing them have fun through art. And this weekend I'm back because it's the season 4 finale of True Blood, and we're going to hold. I'm holding a benefit for Children's Hospital, Pittsburgh Children's Hospital, this Sunday night down at Station Square at Club Mix. We're going to watch the premiere and have a raffle for some items and try to raise money for the kids that I went and visited this week. And I oftentimes run into a lot of people that come from Pittsburgh and have struck it big in entertainment, and they don't come back, and I just don't understand that. So I always reflexively refer, when I'm flying back to Pittsburgh, I always say, oh yeah, I'm going home. I've lived in LA for 11 years, but this is still my home, and everything I have today started right here, so thank you very much.